One of my biggest pet peeves on dog walks is having to untangle the leash from under a dog's leg. It frustrates me so much that I teach almost every dog that I walk to fix their own leash on cue.
Fix your leash? Yes.
I recently filmed a few leash training tutorials with Remy that I'll be posting in the next couple weeks. Even though I was only going to film 2 walks with him, I still started teaching him to fix his own leash because having to stop walking and untangle a leash annoys me that much. In a previous reactivity and leash pulling series that I filmed with Louie, there were multiple times during the unedited walk videos that you saw me ask him to fix his leash when it tangled under his legs. I've received multiple requests asking me to show how I trained that. It's a very simple skill to teach, so I'm going to show you the step-by-step process of how I train a dog to fix their own leash on walks. All you'll need to start this training is a leash, some treats, and your dog. I'm going to be demonstrating the process today with my dog Nira and also showing you a few clips with clients' dogs. Step 1 is teach your dog to lift their leg when they feel the leash. When I just start training this skill, I like to start with the dog in a sitting position. Put the leash under your dog's leg close to their paw, and then wiggle the leash a little bit so that they can feel it, and it encourages them to lift their paw. Initially mark and reward even the smallest paw lift as you free the leash. As your dog gets better at this, you'll practice with the leash higher and higher up their leg.
Yes.
As you can see, my dog is very fast at this because it's something that she has rehearsed a lot. I want to show you clips from the very first sessions with 2 clients so that you get a more realistic example of what your first session with your dog will probably look like. This is Lenny's very first time trying, and as you can see, he's a little confused at first when I try to pass the leash under his paw.
Good boy.
However, this smart boy ended up learning all the steps in 1 day. On average, most clients take 2 to 3 sessions to learn the skill well enough that it works out on walks. Next, this is also Remy's very first time learning. Remy's biggest challenge with learning this skill is that he's a very happy, excitable dog that doesn't know how to sit still for very long. As soon as the leash was freed, I marked yes to let him know that he got it right, and I gave him a reward. Please note that I'm not verbally cueing the dog at all yet. As with most of the dog training tutorials on my channel, including skills such as heel, sit, and down, I don't add a cue word until the dog is semi-proficient at the action. The reason for this is that when I do add a cue, I want the cue and the action to be heavily associated so that the dog quickly follows my request. By practicing the action and getting your dog solid on the movement before adding a cue word, you'll build a stronger association. I also like building this particular skill as a tactile cue, i.e. the leash touching their leg, so that eventually the dog automatically fixes their leash on walks without me even needing to ask them to. If you're enjoying this video, please hit like to let me know. Step 2 is add a cue word. Once your dog has learned to quickly lift their paw to release the leash with both front legs, then I add a cue word. I personally say fix your leash, but you could choose any cue that you would like. Rehearse this many times so that your dog lifts their paw to free the leash as soon as they're asked to. At this point, I also start practicing the skill from a standing position since that emulates real life and walks. Step 3 is to practice with their back legs. I start teaching this skill with the front 2 legs first because that's easier for the dog, but you do want to proof it with all 4 legs. Same as step 2, practice in a standing position with a leash at various heights on your dog's back legs. Within a few sessions, you should be able to ask your dog to fix their own leash out on walks without you having to bend over and fumble with it.
Fix the leash. Yes.
I would love to hear in the comments if bending down to untangle your dog's leash on walks is a pet peeve of yours as well. You'll see Remy again next week for 2 leash training tutorials, but until then, you can check out this full loose leash walking playlist that I've already created for you. Happy training! I'll see you next week.